Hi everyone. So now we're up to what happened to me when I got government housing part 13. I appreciate everyone watching my videos and I'm going to get to the end of it as soon as I can. It's been hard for me to make these videos because I don't want to relive a lot of the things that happened to me. But I think it's important for me to explain everything that happened just to put it into context. And when I started making this series, I told you that I wanted to explain what happened to me because of the way I was treated in the court system, and mainly because of the appalling way that I was treated at my final hearing, which was my VOCAT hearing. And so let's get started. So on the 29th of the 10th, 2015, I had to take my daughter to school, then attend the Melbourne Magistrates Court for a hearing. I believe this was a directions hearing. So I walked down the street and I said goodbye to my daughter. Then I turned to walk towards a train station. And when I did, I saw that the respondent had actually parked his van right outside my daughter's school. I was shocked and disgusted, and I believe that he was trying to intimidate me. And this was another example of the psychological menacing that I've mentioned in previous videos. The fact that his van was near my daughter's school made me feel sick, and I was terrified that my daughter would see the van and feel scared. I wanted to stay at home and not go to court, but I was committed to the court hearing because I believed that it was a way that I could protect myself and my daughter from harm. When I got to the train station, I rang 000 and reported that incident as a breach of the intervention order because my daughter was on the order as well, and he was breaching the order by parking his vehicle outside her school. When I got to court, I saw that the respondent was in attendance, so I knew that his van would be outside my daughter's school all day. And I was sick with worry about her. Going to court is a long process because you need to get there by 9:30 a.m. for, a 10 a.m. start of the court hearings. And then you wait to be seen by a duty lawyer. And my duty lawyer spoke to me and then told me I had to go into court on my own. They go into court with some people, but they chose not to do that with me. Then you go into the courtroom and you sit down and you listen to all of the other people who have their applications heard until your case is called. This is a huge waste of time, and it's pretty horrible when you have to sit in the same room as someone who has assaulted you. And by now, the respondent had assaulted me on several occasions and in different ways since the previous February, and it was October by that stage. I was starting to realize that he thought that that behavior was normal and acceptable, but I didn't understand why some people working in the justice system also seemed to agree with him on that. It was a disgusting criminal attitude, and I was expected to deal with it and to protect myself and to protect my daughter and to raise my daughter and to represent myself in court. It was putting me under a huge amount of pressure, and I had no one to assist me. I felt that I was burdened with the task that the people in the justice system should have been doing because they were being paid a full-time wage to do those things. I was a pensioner and a single parent, and I wasn't trained to deal with any of these issues, but I was forced to do so. I was also forced to pay the administration costs that are involved in representing yourself in court, such as paying to print out statements and photos. As a pensioner, the cost of travelling to and from the court was also expensive for me. And there was the issue of having to look presentable in court and what to eat on the day that I was there. After court, I checked my phone and the police had left a message for me. When I rang them back, they said that they wanted me to attend the station to make a statement about the respondent's van, and I organised to do that on the 5th of the 11th, 2015. Getting out of the court was hard because I had to wait a while to see that the respondent had left the building before I could leave. And I went home on my own, and then when I got back to the block, I had to go past the respondent's minibus, which was always parked out the front, and then I had a choice. Should I try to get in through my front door, where I had to pass through a narrow passageway where I couldn't see who was there, and risk being assaulted, or should I try to get in through my side gate? But the respondent had always parked his van right in front of my side gate, and he parked it so close to my gate that I could hardly get through, let alone see it. It seemed that the respondent wanted to stop me from getting into my unit, but I never found out why that was. When I was inside, he would use various methods to stop me from getting out, and when I was outside the unit, he would stop me from getting back in by trying to scare me away, by blocking my doorways, by standing in the car park, and other methods. Then on the 2nd of the 11th, 2015, I stepped out my side door and the respondent leaned over the balcony and made nasty remarks about when he had dumped water on me, threatening to do it again. I didn't feel like I could use my backyard after that, so I stayed inside for the rest of the day. And this was becoming a pattern. The respondent would place obstacles in front of my unit, which made it hard for me to get in and out, and now he was stopping me from moving around inside my own property. So by the 5th of the 11th, 2015, I attended the local police station and made a statement about the respondent parking his vehicle outside my daughter's school, which is the incident that I spoke about at the start of the video. And the officer told me that the police had gone to the school and witnessed the van and taken photos. So I asked if I could see those photos, and I also asked to be provided with copies of those, but the officer refused, and I wasn't given a reason for that. I was provided with a copy of the statement that I made, and then I left the station. After making my statement and going home, I was waiting for a response from the police and to find out what was going on regarding that, and I was still dealing with the same problems on my own.